Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another week, another analysis here at Financial Hub. I hope you're excited to see us because I'm excited to see you as well. So, in today's analysis, we'll just look at a few things. I don't have anything much this week that I'm watching. What we're basically paying attention is later on today. We have the Fed speaking later on. That's at night around 9 p.m. So we have the Fed's meeting. After that, we have the Fed conference where we'll get to sit down and listen to what Jay Powell has to say about the economy and where they see the economy going in the next few months. So that's what we'll do. So let me get straight into this Zoom session, which we always hold every Wednesday, Friday, and Monday at 10:30 a.m. So if you're interested, always you can join our public group, which is free for anyone, and you'll always get a link to those videos. So apart from that, let's get straight into this analysis. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to today's analysis. Welcome to Financial Hub again. I see quite a number of people who have joined. I am excited to see you as much as I hope you are to see us. So in today's analysis, I won't have anything much that I'm covering. I don't have anything complex that I'm looking forward towards, just apart from interest rates. Today early, we've seen gold is down 0.5% for the day. Aussie dollar is down 0.3%, and dollar index has been trying to gain some strength on the other hand. Okay, things like Dow Jones have really been stagnant, but yesterday or the day before yesterday, I think we saw S&P and Nasdaq getting new all-time highs on the stock side. So that's what I have. I don't have anything much today. Nothing much. I won't lie to you. Nothing complex. No deep analysis that I have. Apart from, I think most of the markets, really not much movement from the markets because of anticipation of what the Feds are going to say today. So we'll be waiting to hear that, which will be quite some volatility in the market later on at night. That will be around 9 p.m. So it's 9 p.m. Kenyan time. So that's what we'll be waiting for. So if I go straight to my charts, if you have any questions, please ask. Today I don't have much in the analysis, so if you have any questions, please ask and I'll be sure to answer you at the end of this. Okay, so looking at a few pairs, that's what I'm looking at on the pairs. This is my dollar index, so I don't want to really get deep into it. Nothing much has happened from my analysis that we covered on Monday. We've just been having these lower lows and lower highs patterns forming, but we've been seeing quite some strength coming in over here where market hasn't formed a really strong lower low or reached our anticipated trend line that we were targeting. Let me expand this. That we were targeting around this level. Okay, so you can see this line hasn't yet been touched, so we can see some resistance coming in. If we continue maintaining this lower lows, lower highs, or later on today we might see some spikes to this level, and yet to see whether we'll respect it or whether we're going to break up above it. Okay, so watch for that. Nothing much different from what I covered on Monday. Same thing, same pattern that I'm watching, same resistance. Long term, remember, still waiting for lower lows and lower highs to continue to the downside on this pair. If I move down to things like USD CAD, after having this rejection that I covered on last week and also on Monday of 1.260 level, you've seen that resistance after this third trendline bounce. So you can see simple first touch, second touch, that third touch, market has been forming lower lows. On Monday we had that strong drop over here, especially after seeing oil recovering quite a bit after its drop. So we saw some recovery there, and this happened to fall on the other hand. If I go down the 4-hour chart, just simple market breakdown analysis, nothing complex I'm complicating here. Looking at this trend line to the downside, you can see market has continued with this one. I remember on Monday I was covering when I analyzed that maybe we might get some buys, which did not come. Okay, because I had my Fibonacci placed at this level, and I remember quite analyzing some correction over here. So I thought there might be some resistance at this level if we did not break below this red line that you're seeing, but market got momentum and fell to the downside. So on this one, the trend is your friend. Continue respecting it, and it has continued going down. Okay, with that said, if I move on to the next pair, just an overview of everything. Really, if I go the 1-day chart, remember there's a resistance I'm talking about, this level over here. Okay, so daily chart covered the long-term trend on this one on Monday. So what we were looking at, if you aren't in the Zoom session, there's this channel, higher highs, higher lows, higher low. Okay, but quite some resistance at this significant level. Let me zoom that for you. So you can see this level over here, quite a resistance level. Remember what I talked about on Monday? We had only one break to the upside. It was quite a strong break, and we had another strong break to the downside. So before we get any break above this or below it, we need that strong momentum to come in to break it. Okay, so this week on Monday we tried seeing some momentum coming in. Okay, got some resistance sort of a double top. I'll show you that on the 4-hour chart, but we didn't get a break above this level. How on the other hand, we got a rejection, and market has been moving further down. So looking at this 4-hour chart, you can see basically over here there's this significant support that I thought market will reach, which market is not really trying to get to that level. Over here you see this previous support, resistance. Over here market has come and formed its new own resistance at this level, being unable to break it. So you can see that formation of a double top, and market has since then been moving further down, and that's what I was saying. Today we are saying market is down 0.37% for the day. So basically all this, what you're basically also seeing is just a sideways movement. If I take this and bring it here, let me get rid of this. So basically what you're seeing in a big picture is just that this market is moving rather sideways. Okay, so just sideways movement before the interest rates today are released, before the Fed meeting, before we get any bias on this. So that's major news you should watch out for today, and yet to see, we might see quite some spikes on this one. Okay, so that's what I have on that one. I don't have anything much on the others. I leave the floor to Ken. Things like also Dow Jones, you can see basically better part of the week is just a lot of sideways movement, no significant movement. Ken will come and cover gold. It's what we've been seeing that has started dropping. If you look at this pattern, it's quite a pattern that you can see basically higher highs, higher lows, and maybe this can be a breakout, maybe for correction before we get an impulse to the upside. Normally what you're seeing, because long term we're looking for a long-term trend to the upside. Okay, so basically what you're seeing is a completion of this first wave. Okay, just quite a correction before we get that impulse of the third wave to start going up to the higher side, and that's basically when you're looking at Elliott wave analysis. Okay, so this over here, what we're looking at is just a basic correction. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. After double bottom formation down here, after getting this double formation, I believe we're starting an impulse leg to the upside. So of course you expect some correction along the way, so you might come down, maybe retest the 1750 level, 1755, which was acting as a major resistance before we got that break. So if I zoom, you can get to see this resistance over here. Might get some correction, maybe get that tap before we head further up. But looking, we're also expecting some third trend line rejection. Okay, so you can see this first touch, second touch over here, third touch. There's quite some resistance at this support trend line, but market didn't really get that push to the upside. Rather what we got was a break to the downside. Okay, so do not be surprised if you see quite some drop coming on this one, especially if you see the dollar getting some correction. Getting that bullish correction to the upside. Don't be surprised to see this one also correcting to the downside. So that's the overview I have on the markets. You can see nothing complicated. That's what we've learned to do over the years, getting to skim over the market, see what you're looking at. If market is not really giving you a signal for following your trading plan, your trading patterns, then do not force the market to give you a trade. So currently I'm sitting out waiting for news later on today, seeing what they're going to talk about when everything settles, when the dust settles, and when people have lost a lot of money trying to catch a bottom or top and becoming fearful, is when we start getting into the market. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please ask, and I leave the floor to Ken, and from there we'll wrap it up for the day. So that's it from me. See you soon.
So hi guys, hope you're doing well. Like Caleb said, the whole of this week I think pretty much, and I warned you on Monday. I think on Monday I pointed out that because today we were having interest rate releases, we were likely to see some sideways movement before the markets started breaking out. So I was watching gold, the sideways movement, I expected a breakout to the upside honestly, but today when I woke up in the morning there was that move to the downside. Still the Feds haven't spoken, so they normally speak at around 9:30 at night Kenyan time, so you can expect maybe from tomorrow markets may move in certain directions. What we're really watching in the Feds is, will they stop the bond buying program, and will they raise interest rates? The second one, we kind of have a clear answer. We don't expect rates to rise, but the bond buying program, because the economy has been picking up, if you look at GDP projections, we expect growth in Q2 to be about 6.5 to 10%, which is a big jump. So that means the fiscal stimulus, the low interest rates, the bond buying programs are really working, and the economy is coming back, and coming back strongly, including the vaccinations that are happening in some of these first world countries. So the risks contained in the market again. So fundamentally, I think what you're watching is taxes. So I was looking at historically how markets have behaved when taxes shot up. So if you raise the tax rate from probably 9 to 15, what happens? From 15 to this, what happens? And for the taxes, we have individual tax and corporate taxes. So if you look at historically how markets behave, it looks like markets don't really like taxes, because anytime taxes have been raised in the market, we've seen a decline the following year. So we are really watching to see if Biden will continue with the 43% capital gains tax, and what that will do to the market. Again, inflation is also a risk. So inflation, you're watching what will happen there. And these are some of the things that I think if you're trading, you really need to try and find answers on this, because if you have answers on this and then what you have researched starts playing out, it's easier for you to position yourself profitably. And like someone who's found and prepared, or who didn't expect some of these things to happen. Technically, no setup also on my end, so no good setup on my end. I'm waiting for at least the end of today, probably tomorrow, to see what will happen. I had some short-term setups on some currency pairs, but those were 15-minute trades, which sometimes I don't really share them with you guys. I just take them on my end. But for now also, I'm out of some of those trades because markets are not really moving. Just in sideways movements in most of the markets that we look at. So I won't even go down to the technicals. I think Caleb has shared what I would share on gold. We still expect bullish momentum, but we've seen a breakout. Probably the breakout could take us to 1750 before the end of the week. If that happens, we could see some support coming in from that level, and then we could see a continuation to the upside, but we're not sure yet. So we're waiting for the Feds today to decide what we'll be doing in the market. So that's my technical, my fundamental perspective on markets. So besides that, what I can point out is, maybe I just point out some few tips on psychology. So I'm just, like when Caleb was talking to you, I was clearing up some psychometric tests. So we normally use psychometric tests to really try and understand yourself, or rather understand how you behave, how your personality plays out in the market, and certain things, which are very, very important. I think it's important to understand where you're strong, where you're weak, what you need to work on, what you need to perfect, who you need to team up with. Those things are really, really important, and we don't pay much attention to them when we're trading. So the test I was doing is called Principles U. So if you've heard of the book Principles by Ray Dalio, or you've seen us post it, or you've seen us talk about it, then you can try that psychometric test. It's free. It's quite intense. I think it will take you about 30-40 minutes to clear it up, but you'll get a detailed report which will tell you where you're positioned, where you behave in certain ways, how you can interact with other people, how you think. Those things are very, very important, and if you relate to them, you can be able to know even which paths to probably take in future and what to do in future. So it's very, very important to look at some of those psychometric tests. So you can just type in Principles U. And Ray Dalio is a trader, by the way, so he made his fortune trading markets, and after that he decided to commit part of the fortune he made trading markets into giving out information and sharing Please repeat how to take part in the test. Okay, I'll repeat that. So I was saying Ray Dalio is a trader, so he's one of the traders we actually look up to, a very, very big trader. So he's been trading markets, and he points out the value of self-awareness, at least in markets, because markets, you're stress testing your thinking. So if you want to stress test your thinking, you really have to be open-minded, be independent-minded, and if you're independent-minded, you need to also team up with other independent people for you to at least challenge your ways of thinking and come up with something concrete or something different, something original. So some people are asking me, how do you take part in the test? So I can just share the screen for you guys to see how to take part in that test. Yep, that's it. So you can see, understand yourself, understand others, help others understand you. So you can be nurturing, creative, composed. It's a free assessment test. They say it takes 10 minutes, but if you really want to be thoughtful, it will take you some more time. I do believe that. So you'll do the test, they'll give you results over, they measure you over very different things. So they look at your archetype, your ways of thinking, how you engage with others, how you relate with others, so how you prefer to think. You can be either creative, detailed, you can be logical, you can be, so there are very many things which you'll get from that, and you can be able to know how to position yourself when you're working with people or when you're doing your own things. So that's how you just take the test. Just visit principlesU.com, take the free assessment test, you'll get your results, and then you'll know how to do your thing. So I think with that, I'll stop there, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Hopefully markets will start moving from that time, and we'll see if we'll be able to make some money going into next week, Q2, start of Q2. Earnings have been coming out by the way for some of the companies, and if you look at the earnings, most companies have actually done very, very well. So some of the valuations that we are seeing in the stock market, I think are justified, because you can see some tech companies jumping about 20-30% in revenue from last year's collapse or last year's recession, which means there's a lot of growth coming in back into the economy as more and more people get vaccinated. So we'll see how that turns out today. If the Feds point out a hike in rates or something of the sort, or a stop in bond buying program, we could see a big correction, a technical correction in the markets. If they don't point out that, then I think we could see the trend continuation. But I'm ready for any scenario, and I'm ready for trading markets in any diverse way that the Feds will decide for us to trade the markets. So I'll see you guys, I'll stop there, and peace. May the peeps be with you wherever you are.